Welcome back to Let's Play FTL. I'm Stiltskin. We left off considering which sector to jump to, and of course we're going to have to jump to the abandoned sector. This is the new type in Advanced Edition, and well, let's just go see what's going on here. Okay, the war tore through this civilian sector, and just recently, even the few life signs that remained have begun blinking out. Rumors suggest the Lanius are responsible. So this sounds like a place that may be a bit hostile to us. I wonder what these Lanius are all about. I'm really not sure. Let's see. Well, there's a rebel here after us. Looks like he's got a rather large missile, but that shouldn't pose a problem. We've been boarded. We're getting pretty far into the game now, so we'll be threatened in multiple fronts pretty often, and you have to keep an eye on everything that's going on. So right now I'm just going to make sure I outnumber them, and we're going to try and fire off our laser shots at the same time. Sometimes it takes a little bit to actually get a volley through and take out their shields, but once you do, they go down pretty quickly. Now I'm thinking we should get our guys back to their proper stations. You may notice that our crew is now named after folks from the thread. I guess I can take a moment to introduce everyone. We have Annihilator. Here he's a human. He's actually our pilot. Robust Laser is on engines. Yapping Eevee is our weapons expert. Potato, it kind of abbreviates it. I'm sorry, I forget the full thing. We could see it in the crew menu if we weren't fighting. You're our engineer, or one of them rather. Kalon Zombie, you're the Mantis. Hai Wang is our shield expert. And finally Jabor is another wandering engineer there, helping us repair anything as it goes down. I think we don't really want to heal our guys just yet. We should definitely fire our weapons, however. It might take us a little bit to get through here. It really tempts me to temporarily use the combat drone and switch back to the defense drone when that missile fires. And I guess now we might as well, because they just shot down our defense drone. So this is just going to basically add another laser to what we can bring to the table. And if our stuff fires at the same time, well, then we'll get through the shields that much easier. So we hit it once. It looks like they had an extra shield bar that made it so they didn't lose a bubble. We're going to go ahead and fire again and turn our combat drone back on now that the defense drone isn't needed. Sometimes lasers will cause fires like we did here, so that's pretty lucky for us. It's going to cause damage to the subsystem. And it'll hurt all the guys in there really badly. It looks like their crew is actually almost entirely dead, so by pure happenstance we may be able to take over their ship. So let's see how that'll work. I'm going to go ahead and fire a laser at this crew member, and we'll hope to kill him. Okay, so their ship has been emptied of hostiles. We search it, and there's a prisoner who joins our crew. There you can see the advantage of killing the crew instead of just destroying the ship. We just got a Zoltan. This is another race that you can get. Zoltans will give you a free power in whatever room they're in. So it's another way to get more than the maximum power that you can upgrade to on your ship. And it's just another power to work with. They do have lower health, so they have 70 instead of 100. They're not very good at fighting. New, however, in Advanced Edition is that they blow up when they die, so that actually makes them more of a nuisance when you're boarding than I think it really helps us. But it's an interesting thing. They blow up and only hurt their allies when they're killed. That's also really interesting when you have a clone bay and they'll actually come back to life. But for right now, this guy looks like he's good at weapons. But I think Yapping Eevee's better, so he'll just hang out in weapons and give us some power there. And now that we have this new crew member, I'll go ahead and rename it after our next person in the thread. Okay, I just finished looking up what it was, so we're going to go to our crew tab here. We can just click on the name now that we're in Advanced Edition and change Randy Walker, the Zoltan, to Rather Watch Them. And now we have our new Zoltan crew member renamed. That's how you do it. It's pretty simple. We have some extra power now that we've got that Zoltan floating around. Doesn't look like there's a store in sight, so this kind of makes me want to start upgrading. We still don't have a lot, but I think that one more point in engines is going to be worth it. You'll notice engines will kind of give you diminishing returns, but we just hit that mark, so it gives you 5 more evasion every time until you get up to the one that costs 60. Then you're only getting 3 more out of it. So it's usually not worth it to go higher than here, but it's always nice to get to that cap before you start getting diminishing returns. Let's go ahead and jump to this distress beacon, and I think we have a decent path out of here. Okay, we're trying to locate the source of the distress call, but we couldn't find it, so nothing happens. Next spot. What awaits us? Okay, there's a refueling platform sending us a garbled message. We can try and dock with them or hail them. Let's talk to them. Oh, turns out it's not a refueling platform, but a Lanius ship. Let's take a look at what's going on here. They don't look like they have oxygen. That's because the Lanius, this new race, is unique in that they don't need to breathe, and they actually suck the oxygen out of the air that they're in. So it makes them pretty incompatible with other crew members, but they're also really interesting boarders. In this case, it just means that it would be almost impossible for us to board them if we even had a teleporter, which we don't. It looks like the main threat, though, that they would have to us is their giant missile. Looks like they're possibly compensating for something. But we have a defense drone, so as long as that doesn't get shot down, we should be doing pretty well. I am going to aim for the shields now, just so we can eventually do a little bit more damage and start to take more stuff out. I'm not using auto fire just because I'd rather time my shots so that they coordinate. Looks like they are repairing, so I'm just going to hit the shields one more time. This fight's almost over. So we'll just let this play out. Just a couple more shots will do it. We'll target the shields to make sure. And there you have it. That's a Lanius ship. We just got some fuel, a decent amount of scrap, and some even more fuel. Now we're sitting pretty at 15. We've got 145 scrap, and here's the store. I am tempted to jump right to the store, but we actually have a bit of time, and I think we can get even more resources to spend at the store if we go to these nodes first. Of course, this one doesn't have anything. Let's hope this one does. Okay, there's a Lanius vessel with no damage to the hull and it's powered down. I have not seen this before. We have a few options here. We do have improved sensors, so I think we should try to scan for life forms. You don't want to assume and just power your weapons. Okay, well, scanning did awaken them, and now it looks like they're going to hit us with hacking. They've got a missile, a flak gun, and a heavy laser, so this will be an interesting fight. Notice here, our defense drone is actually going to shoot down their hacking drone. So that is an incredibly good drone to have. The Mark 1 is still great. Mark 2 is possibly not even as good. Our defense drone just missed, and now our weapons are hacked. So we're going to experience that firsthand. We're probably going to have to aim for the hacking first in this case. This flak gun essentially shoots a not very well targeted but massive volume of flak at us, And so ultimately what that means is it's usually going to get through your shield. It's just not going to hit you very accurately in somewhere that counts. So it's bad for taking hull damage, but at least it's not that accurate. We're still not doing all that great with our weapons hacked. I've turned the combat drone on, but he can't really do anything without us firing our weapon. So I'm going to try and take out this hacking. We succeeded at that. If they repair it, we'll still be hacked, so we need to act quickly. We just got insanely lucky there. I should have had that defense drone on, but that's alright. Now we're going to shoot at the shields. Okay, they're trying to surrender, but this is a pitiful offer. We may still take more damage, but I think it'll be worth it to kill them. I do not like these guys. We'll switch our defense drone on as that missile fires. And now we'll go back to the combat drone. They did appear to repair their hacking. I think it's still only a matter of time before we kill them. The flak might hit us a little bit, but I think it'll still be worth it. Okay, so this could be going a little bit better. There's a fire in the engine room. I'm going to prioritize shields first, however, and I don't want to move the main people from their locations. So shields is now fixed. I'm going to send the NGs to help out. The Mantis is going to go back on sensors so that we can see their weapon charge. We just missed another missile, so that's nice. I think we're going to go ahead and fire and just hope that we get through with just the one, and we did. We really only need to hit them a little bit more, so this could potentially go our way. You may notice that our weapons being locked down is actually preventing our NGs from helping repair the engines, so that's not great at all. I think we still will get them pretty soon. I may have been overconfident though. It may have been nice to just let them surrender. We did luck out pretty consistently with the... Ooh, okay, so there we go. We got a little bit more scrap. Was it worth it? Maybe not. Okay, so we did just get a little bit of scrap, but now we're still in range of the store, so we have a whole lot to spend and we're in a good position. Looks like they only have one page. They're selling a lower level flak gun, a powerful charge laser that we are probably going to get, and then they have a few crew members including a slug. The slug is interesting. He can reveal enemy life forms even when sensors are down, including in nebulas, and he can't be hit with mind control. I think we should just buy this charge laser. That's gonna go really well with our current laser situation, and I think with that we're gonna need to upgrade our weapons and our... Actually, we don't need to upgrade our power. We have some extra power floating around. If we take it out of the med bay and put our Zoltan back where he belongs, and now we can charge our charge laser. Eventually we could upgrade weapons 2 more times and get this burst laser 1 going, but honestly I'm not even sure it's worth it. This charge laser is going to be great. Basically we can let it charge up, and every time it does it just takes like 5 seconds or so. It'll charge another laser. It can eventually shoot 4 if you let it charge long enough. So that's 7 total lasers we can get off, meaning we can consistently get through strong defenses and not even have to use ammunition. So that's pretty good. We are going to want to go ahead and fix up our ship a little bit. We've taken some damage. And there's another store. I probably should have looked to see if that was the case, but that's alright. We have time to jump to another node and possibly get more ammunition, or sorry, more scrap. And we can then just jump to the exit. Looks like this is a Lanius merchant, and he wants to take fuel and give us a little bit of scrap. It's not that great. We can either take the offer, decline, or ask about their translation device. Well, that's interesting. I haven't done that before. Let's see what happens. I could purchase the translator, but unfortunately we don't have enough scrap. So nothing happens. How about that? Well, we're going to go to the store and see what's in store for us at the store. There's a teleporter that we almost certainly can't afford. And there's some more stuff. Well, let's take a look at what's going on. We could sell a combat drone and that would put us at 58. And that gives us enough to buy not much that we really need. Long range scanners are nice. That would warn us if we're going to jump into like an asteroid field or a star or something like that. But it's so late in the game it's probably not worth it. We can't afford the good stuff like hacking and teleporters, which makes me a little pessimistic for whether we're going to be prepared for the boss. But we are doing alright, at least in the weapons department. So I don't think we can get anything at this store. We are going to go ahead and jump to the exit. We may be able to squeak out another node before we leave, but we're going to need to look at the map. This is basically just cheaper fuel than usual. I'm going to buy 3. It never hurts to be safe, but we're close to the end. And when you get to the end, you get a bunch of free fuel. Ooh, that is cutting it close. You know, I think it would probably be safest to just jump to the next sector. We haven't been kind to ourselves this game. I think we should go ahead and go to the civilian sector and for once visit somewhere a little friendlier. And this will be our last area before we get to the last stand, which is where we'll fight the boss. And that concludes episode 3, so thanks for watching, and be on the lookout for the next one.